The Persuaders. This is Tony Curtis and Roger Moore. Roger Moore is the coolest person of all time who's ever lived. I love this show. So I recently got this awesome Blu-ray set from Imprint. There's tons of features. It's crazy. It's crazy how much is on here. They got commentaries and like booklets and stuff. So it's great. I've seen it twice over, the Persuaders television series, complete series. But now I'm watching it for the first time in Blu-ray. And because I just got this set, and I thought, well, if I'm watching it on Blu-ray, I may as well start reviewing these and see what people think about Persuaders. I'm not sure if there's an audience out there for this one, but I'm doing it because I'm having fun doing it. So there you go. We're going to review this episode using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best. I'm going to give the storyline a 2 on this one. Okay, so the premise of this show is that you got these two rich guys, and the intro is absolutely amazing. I'll talk about it in the artistry more, but you get their backstories very quickly. They're two rich guys who have kind of done nothing now. They're lounging around. So we have Brett Sinclair, who is Roger Moore, Lord Brett Sinclair, and we have Danny Wilde, who is your American guy, Tony Curtis. Now, they're both rich in their own way, and they just do nothing. They lounge around, they, womanize, and they drink, and they just do nothing. And they used to be really pumped up go-getters, and they'd get stuff done, and, they'd go out there and do something with their lives, and now they just do nothing. So you got this judge, who's a retired judge, and he's like, well, I can get these two guys together to help me solve or help me stop this bad guy. So there's this bad guy. It's not nothing that crazy, the story, in the sense of like what it is. It's more like the plot and how they get them all together. That's the stuff that I really like. So he invites them both over to meet up, and then they get into a fight, and it's absolutely hilarious. I'm going to talk about it in the characters section. So they get into a fight, and they're facing 3 months in jail. He's like, or you can just go to find this girl, see if she has a tattoo. She has like a birthmark, a heart-shaped birthmark on her back, lower back, and then find out her name. So they have to figure it out. And then you find out that she's the sister of this big, huge crime boss guy who's presumed dead, but actually there's evidence to show that he's not dead, and the judge is trying to find out that whether he's alive or dead and get him. So that's the story. What I like about it is the way all the little pieces come together to bring these guys together in a kind of believable way. The pacing is 2 out of 2. It's super fast paced. It starts off car chases, fist fights. There's multiple fist fights in restaurants, destroying stuff. There's gunfire. Lots of absolutely great stuff in this with the pacing. Beautifully paced. It's fast. It's under an hour. It's great. The artistry is 2 out of 2. There's car chases. It's really good. Their cars are amazing. This Blu-ray set is unbelievable. It's so clear. And this is an old show, so when they're filming outside, it's the real outside, and it looks awesome. They're like at this resort, they're going to the beach and stuff, and everything looks amazing. The fights are choreographed well. There's a lot of breakaway tables and chairs. Gunfire, the gunshots are pretty good. Stuff breaks glass, and things blow up and whatever. So everything looks great. It's shot well. The styles. Now, Roger Moore, who's the coolest person of all time, looks awesome. You're sitting there like, oh man, I gotta wear that outfit. And then you start to think, I don't think I'd look as good as as Roger Moore if I was wearing that outfit. The Tony Curtis looks cool too. It's just the two coolest guys just being guys and hanging out and doing cool stuff. That's it. That's the beauty of it. For the characters, it's a big time 2 out of 2. We'll get to the leads in a second. The judge is pretty good. He's a good character. He seems like a solid guy who's kind of going outside of the law to make these two together. He's blackmailing them, which, I guess it's not really good, but it's almost like he's blackmailing them in like a more kind of fun way. Like, it's like they're up for the challenge. They want to do it. They end up wanting to do it, which is cool. The sister, the girl, she's fine. She just kind of wants to be, left alone. The crime boss guy, we don't get much with him, so he's kind of off the table. But we got our two leads. So the series starts out with your intro, and it's actually a split screen intro where you have Brett Sinclair and Danny Wilde coming up. So it shows like as children, it's like montages of them growing up, earning their fortunes, becoming who they are. And it's an absolutely brilliant idea to do it this way, because you get both origins very quickly in a montage in the same screen at the beginning, and then you never have to refer to it again, and it's just done. It's beautiful. It's actually really, really cool the way they've done this. And that's part of the artistry also, but it refers to the character, so I talk about it here. There's so much fun banter between these two. It's unbelievable. First of all, the way they get into a fight, they're talking about some drink, which I don't know. I don't drink alcohol. But anyways, so Roger Moore's like, oh, I need this drink, and it's this and that, and then an olive in the thing, and then Tony Curtis, Danny Wilde comes in, and he's like, no, it's 2 olives. Trust me, it's 2. And he's like, no, it's 1. And he's like, no, you need to have the 2 olives, and then it's like, no, it's 1. And it's like, I'm fine. And then they get into a fight. So there's literally a fist fight, and they're beating the crap out of each other in this restaurant, destroying it. And then this restaurant's beat up, destroyed. And then Roger Moore, Brett St. Clair's like, well, I'll pay for the damages, of course. So then they're in the thing, and he's like, and then Tony Curtis is like, well, how much was the damages? Because I like to chip in and pay it. And he's like, no, it's taken care of. I pay for the damages. And Tony Curtis is like, no, I'm serious. I'll help. And then Roger Moore's like, no. It's customary. It's tradition. The guy who wins the fight pays for the damage. And then he's like, what are you talking about? You didn't win that fight. You're lucky you're standing right now. And then they're going to have another fight. They're going to fight again. They're going to fight again to determine who won the fight to pay for the damages. It's so funny. There's a great part where they're shooting at the window, and they just got their drinks, and there's shots being fired, and they duck. And he's like, where are you going? He's like, I want to get the drinks. I left my drink over there. It is so funny. It's exactly what you think it is. When you see the cover, go online. If you haven't heard of this show, go online, Google it, look at the photos. You're going to see the fast cars, you're going to see the guys. And whatever you think in your mind what it is, that is what this show is. There's no falsehoods in it. It's exactly what it looks like. It's 2 cool guys with their awesome cars, checking out, with the women and beating up bad guys. It's exactly that. And it's done perfectly. This might be the best buddy. They're not cops. They're not vigilantes exactly, but it's hard to explain. You have to kind of just watch and get a sense of it. But it is the best team up show, I think, for me, that I've ever seen. It's just so great, the 2 of them together. So obviously the enjoyment factor is a big time 2 out of 2. This is a big time 10 out of 10. I don't think they're all going to be 10 out of 10. But this first one definitely was. It introduced everything you want, and then it's going to continue on with them doing this mission. And the way they explain why they're doing it is pretty fun too. I'm trying to see if I missed anything that I should talk about. No, there's a lot of funny parts. You have to watch the 2 of them interact with each other. That's the selling point, and it's absolutely done brilliantly. So 10 out of 10. Please check out the classic TV playlist. I just finished The Prisoner. Of course, there's Star Trek on there, Persuaders, and there will be more to come once Persuaders is done. So thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time.